The meeting of ECOWAS Defence Chiefs that ended on Friday resolved to dialogue to resolve the military takeover of power in Niger Republic. Nigeria's Chief of Defence Staff, General Christopher Musa, who read out the resolutions, stressed the need for the establishment of a mechanism for tackling conflicts in the sub-region. Sifon Isian reports.
It's less than 48 hours to the 7-day ultimatum issued by ECOWAS for the junta in Niger to restore power or risk the use of force. President Bola Tinubu has sought the Senate's support for military intervention against the junta, even though that might be a last resort. Rising from a 3-day meeting in Abuja, defense chiefs of ECOWAS countries agreed dialogue is the way to go.
We must intensify our diplomatic efforts to engage with all relevant stakeholders. Dialogue and negotiations should be at the forefront of our approach in resolving the crisis in the Republic of Niger. I'm happy that is being done and that is being carried out. However, it is crucial to recognize that the success of our deliberation depends on the implementation of the recommendations that we have formulated.
A military action against the junta in Niger could have severe consequences on the sub-region in the wake of escalating security challenges in the Sahel. But the military chiefs resolved to establish a mechanism for combating conflicts in the region.
We must strengthen our regional security architecture and enhance our collective response to security challenges. The coup in the Republic of Niger has highlighted the fragility of our region and the need for a robust and proactive security framework. We must enhance intelligence sharing, joint training exercises, and capacity building initiatives among our defense and security forces to effectively combat threats to our collective security and enhance interoperability.
While the regional body and President Tinubu have sent emissaries to resolve the impasse, the junta in Niger appears to be stocked with guns. Sifon Isian, TVC News, Abuja.
Who has been following up on the matter joins us live via Zoom from Abuja to help us better understand what's at stake here. ECOWAS has given Niger coup leaders until Sunday, that's tomorrow, to step down and reinstate the elected president, Mohamed Bazoum. What options are available for the West African Defence Chiefs to get out of this political impasse?
Well, the options available for the West African bloc is to tighten the noose, talking about the sanctions, which, for instance, President Bola Tinubu has communicated to the Senate to approve for implementation the resolutions reached by ECOWAS. That means going the full hog, make sure every point, every line from that list of the items to be carried out are implemented later. Economic sanctions, several others, including stopping the flow of food and other items to the landlocked country. Many persons have said the country, or indeed ECOWAS, considering the use of force as a first line of action. Actually, the use of force in this case would be a last resort. All indications are that dialogue and diplomacy are being engaged to resolve the impasse. Now, if that fails, what we foresee is a situation where ECOWAS will continually, tighten the noose, talking about making stiffer penalties against the junta in Niger. And those are the sanctions we're talking about, continually tightening it up, taking it a notch higher than it was the previous time, in the hope that the country would cave in, that is indeed the junta would cave in and resolve the matter.
Interesting point there, but we've seen soldiers topple 4 elected governments in 3 years. What could happen as the deadline passes? What are the odds for Nigeria, since we have porous borders, that could let in more jihadists, which is one of the issues the jihadists, that's the coup leaders rather, had raised in Niger Republic?
Remember, Nigeria is the leader of the multinational joint task force fighting Boko Haram and its ISWAP affiliates in the West African sub-region. And Niger is a troop contributor to that multinational front or effort. So for Nigeria at this moment, dialogue, many experts have said, should be the first and a priority in this case, because, engaging the use of force in a situation where you are also engaging your troops to fight, terrorism on their front and within your own country, as the case may be, to the extent to which the agreement permits, it becomes a Herculean situation. So what we foresee happening across the board is that just like Mali and Burkina Faso and several others, including Guinea, are supporting the junta in Niger, because many of those countries have been taken over by junta.